Hi, everyone. Welcome to Earshot Distro Digital Music Distribution, the musician training side of things for the Earshot Distro platform. My name is Barry Rook. I'm the Executive Director of the National Campus and Community Radio Association. We're a network of nonprofit radio stations that receive music from all across the country and around the world. And we've developed this system over the last couple of years to help artists and record labels send their music directly to those radio stations, essentially just like a library system. So if you go to earshot-distro.ca, you can follow along in this presentation, which should last about 30 minutes or so, and we'll show you how to use the system. The main website is the landing page in which you start and you can get additional information on. It'll tell you about the costs. $7 a song, $50 an album is your standard base costs. If you want, we have a full service option, which you can send us some information and we'll do the uploads for you. There's information on a variety of different programs that we run, list of this radio stations that use the system. Very important training and support tab here, which this recording is available for you to see, plus a larger database and handbook that will walk you through the steps that I'm going through with you now. In that, if you've missed something on this, you have a chance to be able to refer to the text version of it, which is a little bit more detailed. There's some contact information, sign up and a login. To start your program, you'll want to sign up. Independent artist is an account that has one artist and you don't plan to add anybody else to it. If you want to have multiple artists, either that you have an alias or you're distributing as a label or a distro company, select the multiple label sign up option for it. When you click the sign up button, we're looking for the name, the email. You can create your own password and a referral code if you have it. If you select a name under the independent artist, that will be the name of your artist. So keep that in mind, that you'll probably want to put your artist name in there. It can be changed. When you register, it'll take you to a music account and a dashboard, which you will have logged in. I've already logged into that account here. So just check for an email because you will have to authorize your passwords before you have the chance to log in. When you do log in, you will land on a dashboard page here. There are a couple of different items at the top of the dashboard of how you can upload songs, see and provide information for artists, and for releases. Note that every time you process something, the songs have to be affiliated with a release. So those two are sort of tied together. And a release has to have somebody who's an artist. So all three connect together when you go to process something. We'll show you how to do that. There's also a help button, which will take you back to that website that has the support for you there as well. The dashboard here will tell you the number of artists that you have. So if you're a single artist, you'll find just the one. If you have a record label, you'll find multiple ones. It tells you any recent interactions. I'll show you that in a minute. The total number of songs, you can view that song list and you can view the artist profile. If you click the recent interactions button, it'll pop up with a list of artists or with radio stations and the hosts that have done one of three things: listen to a song of yours, download a song of yours, and supporting the song. The listen means that if they've only listened, there's not really a good chance that they've decided to play it because they haven't downloaded it. If they downloaded it, you can assume that they're probably going to play it. If they click the supported button, you know that they're supporting that song for sure and are going to play it because there's no direct connection. This page here at the moment is only shows for 7 days, and then it will blank out. We will do an update on it so that it will be showing for longer if not already done on your new version. That's the artist dashboard, or that's the listener number dashboard. One way you can see if you're getting any interactions or hits or so on. In order to upload, we have a upload songs button here on the right. This is a step-by-step process, pretty easy to follow. So click the upload button and it will ask you for an artist. To save time, I'm not going to create an artist. I'm going to select an artist that we've already got in our process here. But you can either create the artist and go through the steps. You will find that the details on the artist's page itself are quite similar to the release and so on. So you'll be asked for various things like, where's your location? What's the bio? Can you upload a photo? That type of thing. I'm going to select Adam Nix, who's an artist that was on one of the record labels that I had. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a release. Today is March the 26th, 2021. I've got the artist selected. You would choose cover art. It takes any sort of art information that comes from the various file formats. It is required. The release type is important for your payment process. So if you're doing single songs or songs less than 8, I would suggest either a single or an extended play. If you are doing an album, anywhere between 8 and 20 songs will be a flat fee of $50. Note that if you do select single and then you upload 20 songs, it's going to charge you 70 or 7 times 20, and you're going to miss out on that discount. So make sure you just select that. The genre is based on the CRTC classifications of genres. So if we're missing something, let us know. We'll see if we can add it. But you have the chance to choose any sort of genre. I know that this one's an electronic song. Subgenre wise, I know it's a house song, and I know that it's a pretty progressive house song. So I can go ahead and select those 3 options. You don't have to go too deep. You just need the upper genre. This really helps for discoverability, because if I was a progressive house DJ, I could easily find those ones that I'm looking for. The city is where the artist and the album is being released. If it's got multiple artists on it, you would select Canada wide and not type in a city. I know that he's from Edmonton, so we would select that and just type it in. System release date is the date in which the songs in this release, when you've processed it, become available to artists or to the radio stations and their programmers. So if you set it in the past or today, once the second you've processed it, it's live and online. If you set it for 2 months now, it will come live and in the searchable database on that date. It's a great way to set up things if you're going away on vacation or there's something else that's happening you want to pre-schedule. You have a coupon, for example, that expires, etc. The public release date is related to when it becomes available for the public. This is information just for the radio hosts. They love to be able to get a song and say it's available in 2 months. We've got it exclusive here, but in 2 months you can grab it. So just some information and support data that you have there. If there's any lyricist or composer, you can put that in. If you have a distributor, a publisher, you can put those in. All uploads automatically have a broadcast license. This is something sort of required, so you don't have to put anything in there. But you can add additional licenses on top of this. One of the popular ones is to allow people who download to use this as a podcast. So technically, music that's on a podcast either has to be copyright free or you have to be given the explicit permission to be able to air it. This system allows that to happen. And about 1 in 7 songs in our system has this tag on it. It's a good way to get extra awareness for you if you want your songs to be found in podcasts. You can also offer it to be played in the background for advertisements at stations, which is great for some awareness and promo. You can also offer it to be licensed to a compilation. If you do this, the radio station will reach out to you with the contact information here and get in touch and say, hey, we have a new compilation and we want to put your song on it. And then you can negotiate how you'd like to be able to do that. And these are stackable, so you can add multiple codes. Artist characteristics is quite unique. These are self-identifying characteristics which the artist would identify as. QueerCon, someone from the LGBTQ2+ community. FemCon, a woman or a group of women, or mostly women, however you would want to describe your content. Someone who's Indigenous, someone who's French Canadian, someone who identifies as Black. So they have those different characteristics. These are used for discoverability. There's often shows on campus and community radio stations that are by and for women or for niche communities, and this makes it very easy for those hosts to find that information. So again, if you're comfortable, you're welcome to self-disclose there. Mapl compliance is related to what is considered Canadian content. The system here allows or anybody to upload from Canada. You don't have to be Mapl compliant, but Mapl compliant is what the radio stations are looking for. If you're not familiar with the system, just do a quick search for Mapl and you can find that information. If you can get 2 of the top 4 buttons to select it as yes, you are Mapl compliant. If you get 1 of the bottom 4 buttons selected as yes, you are Mapl compliant. So that's how that system works, and it's currently being updated and so on at the time of this recording. I know that it was produced wholly in Canada, and the composition was by a Canadian, as Adam Nix is there. There's no vocals or lyrics, but he is Mapl compliant. So I'll hit save there. The release automatically takes that information and applies it to the information of the songs you're about to upload. So let's say for this album, I'm uploading 2 songs, one's progressive house and one's tech house. Both will be automatically assigned with the same progressive house label, and you can independently change them. It was done for ease of use, that because a lot of the songs are very similar in different nature of overall of what your vibe and your feel is. It's easier to market, for example, a jazz album of 10 songs, knowing that 2 songs may be pop, 1 song might be blues, and this is where you have the chance to be able to change them. So there's your artist name, there's the release information. Here is song 1, and here is song 1 remix. Change the title information for however you want. Some people will put track list numbers. We'll show you how to be able to rearrange that later. If you have an ISRC code, which is like a fingerprint, this is an easy way to be able to put them in. If you have a beats per minute, that's great. If you don't, that's not a problem. Again, really an electronic thing, hip hop, reggae, and some pop music there as well. If you want to edit individual songs, you'll click this pop-out button, and you'll see this is all the same information that we had in place earlier. There's my hypergenres, the release dates, the artist, the name. This is the licensing information. Again, you can change individual songs with the information. Here's some of the categorization. This lets you go in a little bit deeper than what's available in the release. So if you wanted to, you can add moods. You can add in context clean or context not required, meaning there's no explicit lyrics. If you are doing a song with any explicit language, we recommend you put one up that says explicit mix and one that says clean radio mix, and upload both versions for it. Nothing quicker than getting yourself kicked off the radio by uploading something that has some inappropriate language that gets covered and played at 2 in the afternoon. You can also type in tags if you would like to, if you have a theme or a series or from a specific music association. And then again, we saw the Mapl compliance because that might change from song to song. So that lets you update individual songs. When these songs are all ready, we click the save button on the far right hand side. And what it will do is it's going to take us now back to this is actually the songs tab. So if you were to click the songs tab up at the top, it'll take you there. There's our dashboard. There's our songs. The live searchable songs are the first column, and this is where the songs awaiting for payment just showed up. We were March 26, 2021. There's my songs. So I haven't processed these songs yet, but they are in this sort of prep folder, so they are ready to process. If you uploaded something and there was information that was missing, it would show up in this songs awaiting metadata. If you have nothing here, that's good. You've done all your uploads. You should be happy with that process. So the songs awaiting payment are coordinated by release. If I want to put this release out, I can use the drop-down button and select the songs individually, or I can select the entire release. I also, if I want to do a payment of multiple releases at the same time, I can just very easily bulk select these different options. When you have this ready, you're going to click Select Payment, which is the green square. If you want, you can also edit the songs or delete them if you've made some mistakes on the upload. When I click Select Payment, this is going to take me to a cart system, and it's going to tell me which songs that I have that are getting put out, and the different releases and the equivalent costs that are associated with those. So this looks pretty organized. Note that if you have an album and you've got releases, these songs are going to be are not going to show up in order. They're going to show up somewhat randomly. If you want to make sure that your release is in the order that you want it to be in, you need to go to the releases page and make sure that that's edited. So again, we were March 26th, Adam Nix. I can do the edit. This will look pretty familiar. We already filled this out. If I wanted to, I could even add more songs to it, and I can change the release of the order and hit save. So, and you'll notice that again, this looks quite familiar to what we signed up with earlier. So if you want to, you could add more songs to it. You can do whatever you want in that process. And I've reordered it here, but when I'm ready to make a payment, I'll go back to the songs tab, songs awaiting payment, and reselect the release that I want to put out. So we're just going to put out these two. Note that once I go through this payment process, you cannot edit or add songs to a release. It is locked. So you want to make sure everything that you've uploaded is done first. So we're here at the cart. I can see there's my release. There's the old Wooden Wives track that I was going to put out at the same time. When I go to the second page, it's going to ask me for some information. You'll note that the cost here is less than what it originally said on the review cart because we've been adding in coupons and referral codes. In this situation, I had a referral code that I put in when I logged in. It's giving me 25% off my first uploads. So there's my 25% discount. If I had a coupon or a discount code, I could type that in and there'll be a further discount on top of it if it's applicable. You would put your credit card information here and hit complete process to authorize those releases that you've just put in and paid for. Those will then become live on our system. Note that we do not collect any of this information. It's third party through Stripe. We don't collect your credit card or anything of that. That system does and works through. And that's pretty much the upload process here of how to be able to use the system. As I said, when you go back to your dashboard, you would get to see that there's more songs released, the artist profile and the songs list. But what you would want to do is you would want to use our messaging and outreach button here to contact radio stations and hosts to tell them that they have you have a song on the system that they may want to use. So you can see here on the messages, there's the radio stations have the ability to message you in the system. And in this case, there's been an interview request for one of the people as part of the unloggable account, and I can reply back to them. You don't have the ability to message those radio stations from in-app. You have to do it through this pop-out button, which is called Outreach. So if you click the Outreach button, it's going to take you to a different page, and in that page, it's got a list of all of the different radio stations and their the hosts and how to submit and what types of genres they're looking for, what formats they accept, if you're sending in digital submissions to what Gmail, if you're sending in physical CDs to what's the mailing address, any specific information. And it's fully searchable as well. So you could search by province, you could search by genre, and the names of the groups that will show up for that will be there. Note that there's actually two different charts. One is for radio stations as a whole, and one is for independent producers as another whole. So those are available to be able to outreach. We are actively updating that page as we go along. And there is some more information again on the help section. So just to jump back to close off the rest of the distro platform, if you do want to change information about your organization, you can. You can update your account. There's actually organizational settings as well. And this is an opportunity for you to upload or add in other users of your system. So if you have staff or volunteers or band members that want to upload under your account, you can give them access and they can go through this whole process as well. So that as a whole is the Earshot digital distribution system, the portion of the upload process. As I mentioned, once again, there is a full handbook, 20 some pages deep of step-by-step questions and answers for any of the things that might pop up, including what's an ISRC code and so on if you missed or didn't take notes on this. So you would just hit the help button there. And we're constantly adding more and more information to the system. There is, under that help process, an outreach support button. You can email us and let us know if you've run into problems or have ideas for suggestions, and we'll do our best to be able to support this. So thanks for watching this Earshot Distro platform for the nonprofit campus and community radio stations in Canada. And I hope you've enjoyed and feel free to reach out for more. My name is Barry Rook. Thanks again.